Hello, I'm Damian Barrett and welcome to the 2018 wash-up for the West Coast Eagles, brought to you by Karcher. Callum Twomey and Matthew Lloyd are here. And Lloydie, an amazing season. They're the premiers after not many even predicted they would be in the top 8 at the start of the year.
Yeah, I was one of those, Damo, who didn't think they'd make the top 8. But you look at it, they made tough decisions. Mitchell goes, Priddis goes, Drew Petrie moved on. Their spine was phenomenal, but I didn't expect Shuey, Yeo, Redden and Sheed, that dominant midfield by the end of the year, to do what they did.
Richmond was seen as the best team of the season, but West Coast top 4 most of the season, didn't lose in Victoria, beat Richmond in the home and away finals season, won every final. It was a pretty dominant year.
The positive, obviously, what happened at the MCG on the weekend, beating Collingwood in the 2018 grand final. But outside of that, guys, what were the highlights?
I loved, guys, the duo, Willie Rioli and Liam Ryan. Was dub flying Ryan. We saw that on grand final day, late in the piece. We had some shaky moments during the grand final, but I loved his final quarter because he set up a couple of goals and was really pivotal in that final piece of play to get the ball to Dom Sheed. Look, these guys have come from a bit of adversity. Liam Ryan kicked 73 goals on the waffle. He's done it the hard way before being drafted. And Willie Rioli, he shed 16 kilos, 16 kilos to get on an AFL list. And, wow, he just did some exciting things this season. The 5th out of the last 6 premiers to have a Rioli in the side. So it's the magic formula and such a great family name.
It was a point of difference, wasn't it, that Adam Simpson identified really early on and just stuck with them throughout the year. And as it got closer to the pointy end, they loomed as crucial as anyone in that mix, didn't they?
Rioli was in the final centre square of the grand final. So it's a pretty amazing story.
Yeah, I love the story of Jeremy McGovern, even long before the legend grew, when he made himself available for a grand final with a really badly damaged hip situation. This was round 21. It was him taking the ball late after the siren and then kicking that goal right through the middle to win the game for the Eagles against the Crows. It happened at the same venue only, half a season earlier, or about 3/4 of a season earlier in that final last year. But that man, the courage to make himself available to play in the grand final, and then the courage to play the way he did in that last play, to leave Jordan De Goey and set up that last Dom Sheed shot at goal. I just think it summed everything up about him and that club this year.
If that kick had gone anywhere else, the game was over, wasn't it? So it was a perfect kick to spot up Vardy, and then the rest is history.
Yeah, the low light for me, Damo, Nick Natanui, just the bad luck he's got. This was his good knee, round 17 up against Collingwood. Innocuous sort of incident, and he's just gone down, and unfortunately won't see him till probably 3/4 of the way through next season. And after this, the aftermath of this, no one like this. Peter Staples, who's the integrity officer at the West Coast Eagles, pushing cameramen, and they were ugly scenes afterwards. They were emotional times for West Coast.
It's a real shame, wasn't it, that he wasn't be able to be part of what they ultimately achieved in 2018. And while that was an unfortunate unavailability, as was Brad Shepherd's with injury, Andrew Gaff was self-inflicted unavailability when he did this, obviously, and as we discussed many times afterwards, to Andrew Brayshaw in the Derby late in the season and missed the grand final, and it's just changed the course of not just his football season but his life, hasn't it? He's going to be carrying that for the remainder of it. And he's one of the good people in footy. Everyone who knows him says that. But when you leave Andrew Brayshaw the way you left him on that occasion, it's something that's not ever going to be able to be rectified.
Sad scenes on grand final day, wasn't he? He looked particularly upset. I know Adam Simpson after the game said it was self-inflicted absence from the grand final, so it's something, as you say, he's going to have to live with.
And a bit to play out as we speak today, talking about the wash-up for the Eagles, about what he does next year. OK, out of 10, a famous win in the grand final. I think I know what's about to unfold here.
Yeah, the easiest one to mark out of 10 this year. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10, what a great year.
And the same for me too. Who cleaned up? There's lots of options to appear here, Cal. Where do you want to start?
I'll start with Shannon Hurn, their captain, the premiership skipper of the Eagles, an All-Australian this year for the first time. He's just been around for so long, guys. You sort of get used to him just being there off half-back, and that ball use. He had a couple of shaky moments earlier in the grand final, but came good in the second half of the season. But I still think he goes under the radar a little bit, particularly in the eastern states. So just an outstanding leader. Carries the ball, sets up so much of what they do across half-back. So he's a star.
Oh, he's tough as well. He can do it all. Beautiful kick, great leadership, and I think we're all starting to realise now just how good he is, when probably here in Melbourne we didn't respect him like we should have.
He should have been an Australian captain, shouldn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
When you're in the team.
No doubt. Yeah, no doubt. I agree with that. But my one's Jack Darling. I know Jack Darling's had his knockers for a while and he's failed on the big stage before, but his start to the season was just phenomenal. And he obviously had a little bit of an injury through the middle part, and then on grand final day had a terrible first half, but turned it around.
He was great. He had 6 marks in that third quarter and lifted to the occasion. He might be the most relieved man in Australia as well after that drop mark in the goal square just in the final moments.
But you're right, he stood up in the third quarter, didn't he?
Was.
What I love about him is his endurance is as good as any key forward in the game, but he's just so powerful and strong, so he's a hard man to stop.
There's pressure for spots, and the list managers now go to work and try and make this team even better going into 2019. Nathan Vardy performed an amazingly successful role in the latter part of the season and throughout the final series. He and Lysette took on Gawn in a preliminary final and then Grundy and got the job done. With Lysette, as we speak, expected now to be leaving the club, it does put pressure on Vardy. They'll have to bring someone else in. They like the insurance policy because Nick Naitanui not going to be there for most of next year, if at all.
He won't. They've met with Tom Hickey from the Saints. They've met with Jordan Ruffhead from the Dogs as well. Do you think those guys are good fits?
To me, they're not number one ruckman. No. I know Tom Hickey should be, but he's never performed. Ruffhead, to me, is more a key position player, so not ideal.
Under pressure you, Kel, for the Eagles?
Yeah, I think the couple of young boys, it's obviously a good team, so they're struggling to break into that side. But Jackson Nelson only played 10 games this season. He could look somewhere else for opportunities. Malcolm Carpenter and Mutimer didn't even break into the side. So as with every good team, some guys are squeezed off the list and squeezed out and might look around for some more chances.
Lloydie, the light-hearted moment of these wash-ups are all yours?
This was an enjoyable one. This was Scotty Lysette. How he missed this was unbelievable, and I love Bell Chambers' reaction to it. The big ruckman somehow missed this on the goal line, and Bell Chambers had a good laugh at that one. So how he missed that is beyond me. But then, if you want to know how to get your groove and your style, this is what you got to look at. These boys, unbelievably, the three of them just having a little dance with themselves. They get spotted on the camera. Liam Ryan says, "Well, they've got me here," and watch. I'll go again.
Ever done that before a game, Lloyd?
No, I wouldn't have thought. I was just too nervous reading the footy record.
They're going to need to make changes, aren't they? They're going to need to improve because everyone plays catch-up on a premiership-winning team. But look, Jesse Hogan, the talk, as it has been, Cal, for each and every one of the past 3 years, going back to Perth possibly, Fremantle seem to be, as we speak, better positioned. But there's no reason West Coast can't get themselves involved in the potential around that.
Well, they should try, shouldn't they? Because Josh Kenny's not going to be there forever. They just don't have the chips on the board like Fremantle probably do to make a trade happen.
Yeah, I'm not sure they need him.
Don't think so?
Jesse Hogan. Yeah, they're fully stocked.
Could they play more in the midfield, though? I mean, he averaged 25 at the start of the season before getting hurt.
I think their priority, we'll get to shortly what I think their priority is.
Okay, well, I think they just need to make Perth Stadium a fortress like Subiaco was. They lost 3 games there this year. They were great on the road, but the first one against the Swans, they lost that one. Lost to the Bombers as well. Lost to the D's when their top 4 spot was assured. So a little bit different, but they can make that their own.
Mine is the midfield. I just still think with Gaff most likely to go out. They did a great job, Redden and Shuey and Yo, but I still think you'd love to add another one to it. So is it Tim Kelly?
So if they lose Gaff, they get a compo for him. It's like round pick 20. So they just swap that for Tim Kelly?
I don't think that's enough.
Okay.
They got him at pick 24, Tim Kelly, so I think it'd be closer to 10 than 20 to get him in the door.
OK, they come out of 2018 as the premier team. Where do we see them finishing next year?
I just think with that fortress in Perth, which it will be, 1 to 4 again.
Yeah, top 4 will have to be back there.
Yeah, I've got them back there. I'm like you, Lloyd. I didn't have them in the 8 at the start of this year, but I've got them in the top 4 going into next year. Matthew Lloyd, Callum Twomey, thank you. And that's the wash-up for the premiership-winning Eagles of 2018.